Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Dripping in Alchemy. My name is Starr. Today I'm going to enter into the space with a rosemary and sage and bay and other such magicalness made by a very dear soul sister. And we've got different lighting today. I can't even speak already. I hope that this aligns and feels well. I am very hot. It is sweltering in the UK, so you're going to have to bear with me, everyone. I've just come back in, and it was 14:14 on the clock as I sat down to film this for you all. But I'm going to hop right in, and I'm going to share a little bit of sound. So we have just come through the Lionsgate portal. We have the eclipse portal opening up for us tomorrow, which is on the 12th, and the 28th, I believe, with the lunar eclipse in Pisces. So we have the full solar eclipse. Well, it's a new moon, but also full solar eclipse tomorrow in Leo. And I was told that this time throughout August is going to be incredibly potent for everyone to up level and to assess. And this is very much, take what's in your wheelhouse and within your capacities right now. But if you feel like you can stretch yourself a little bit more, then please do. And perhaps this is just going to be generating ideas for you to put into practice at a later date. Harness these ideas now, specifically if you are in the southern hemisphere and you're not in the sweltering heat like we are here in the UK. It might be time just to grab from the, I want to say, central earth and bring this into your space of existence right now, so that when it does come to spring and summer, and the next turn of the season, you can call in more of that energy. And it's interesting because I wanted to share this because this is going to be a message for someone very specific. But I was just putting all my crystals together and decks together to film for you all, and I looked down and my hand was bleeding as I went to shuffle my decks, and I remember that I had this plaster, so I put this on here. And yeah, that's a message for someone. 212 on the clock there. But I've got some tarot, I've got some oracle, a lot of oracle actually, that is stacked very precariously down by the side of me. So I'm just going to hop right in and just see what the energies wish to bring for us all today. And it's interesting because I have brought in the Queer Tarot, which is by, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will leave it in the description. And then I've just brought decks that are all by Rebecca Campbell. So I feel like that's a message within itself to some. But let's see the messages for today. Oh, Ace of Wands. Judgment. That came out in reverse, but I quickly turned it upright. And I love the colours on these decks. The Empress. We've got the King of Pentacles. And we've got the Four of Swords. Okay. One more. I'm going to pull one more. Two of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. 322 on the clock there. And I feel like I don't want to put the Six of Pentacles down. And I don't know why that is, because I feel like, okay, I do know why this is. Some of you have a incredibly giving nature, and this message isn't going to be for everyone, so take from it what you will. Some of you have a very incredibly giving nature, and your spirit guides are saying, now's the time for you to receive. And I'm being drawn to the nails here on this wand, and also the stars and the trees, the leaves on this stick here. There's something about you being given to at this time that is going to be very significant. And my ring light keeps doing this. It keeps flashing when there's a lot of energy around. So there's a confirmation for someone. Now is a time to give to you, and for people to give to you, and for you to be received. So I feel like hold on to what you have, because you might need your resources at a later date. And I feel like this is very Empress energy. You are making sure that everything is going into its rightful space at its rightful time. And with the with the Five of Swords that we have here, it is a space of allowing for you to understand where you need to place your energy, and specifically why. This feels like a why. Why is your energy being placed where it is at this time? And this might be something that has slowly been coming into you in terms of expressions of, okay, why am I interested in this? Why am I giving my energy to this? This might be something that you have been asking yourself. And I feel like the energy is pretty difficult to try and bring in. So I don't know if some of you are feeling a little bit scattered, if you're feeling like things just aren't flowing like they used to be. I'm hearing that you've been slowed down so that you could assess. Wow, interesting. Yeah, so the Ten of Swords is in reverse. And that's to keep the swords out of your bag, I'm hearing. You've been slowed down to keep the swords out of your bag. But some of you know this already. I'm not saying something that you don't already know. So this is just a confirmation for you to trust in how you are feeling about a certain situation. Yeah, because you do see, with the Queen of Pentacles, you do see it all. And I think that you've been taking others' emotions into consideration and forgetting about your needs. And Teams of Light are saying no. Yeah, with the Hierophant, you've almost been, and I said this the other day, and it's not something that I say, so I think it come out in this reading. You've been like Switzerland. You've been neutral when it's like, no, now's the time to get your needs met. What are your needs and why? Yeah, Page of Cups, and perhaps this is something that is very new to you. You're not sure how to ask for what you want. You're not sure how to ask for to be seen. And I feel like this is a foreign concept, and it's not something that I would normally share, but it's coming through because I think it's important for the creation of what you want to do next. How do you want to be seen? And I feel like that's important because this is going to help you know how you want to move moving forward. I feel like this is allowing for some to get out of toxic traits. If you know that your past story has been something that you don't feel like is a true reflection of you, what do you want the next versions of your story to be? I feel like that's a better way, non-toxic way to portray it, but that's what was coming through. How do you want to be perceived? And not because you're worried about being perceived by others, but it's more of like, what do you want your story to be now moving forward? Out of victim mentality, what do you want your story to be? How do you want to be perceived? What do you want to do? But I feel like I have to word it that way so that you understand it. So, you know, to those that are awakened, that might sound very toxic, and to me it sounded toxic to even say it, but I'm hearing that this is going to make sense for someone. Yeah, King of Wands, so that you can move forward. For some of you, you've been analysis paralysis and being drawn to the two lines here with the Aurora Borealis there. And this is a space of seeing through the eye of a needle. And I kept saying that a very, very long time ago. Interesting. And now I'm allowed to put the Six of Pentacles down. Seeing through the eye of a needle allows for you to bring in the fortune for everyone. Yeah, for some, you're going to have to be very precise moving forward so that, yeah, justice can be served. And some of you know this. You feel like you're kind of skipping right now. Some of you feel like you can skip ahead right now. Others feel like they are playing chess right now. And some of you, you know, you wish to skip on the checkerboard moving forward. And I feel like that goes pretty deep. That message of a checkerboard, if you know what I'm asserting in that space and you know what I'm speaking about, it's like you're now ready to play in their paradigm. And this is something that you have been waiting for. Yeah, you know what's best. Four of Wands. Satisfaction. Freedom. And it's making me think of Glastonbury. There was a blow-up chapel, and I've been to the chapel today, and here I'm going to the chapel and we're going to get married. Yeah, what does your happy ending look like? And, you know, the Four of Wands, I think, is an overlooked card when it's about celebration. And I think that you don't necessarily want what everyone else wants. And I think you have to be honest with yourself about that. What your Ten of Cups actually looks like to you. Yeah. The Ten of Pentacles doesn't look like everyone else's. And maybe this is why you've been guarding something. You've been guarding your heart. You've been guarding your heart. And you were right to do so. And now everything's moving a lot faster for you. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready. Moving on up. I'm hearing that song. Moving on up, moving on up. Very old song if you know it. And I feel like that's what it feels like. It feels like a standstill. It feels like a standstill to make sure that this doesn't come in. And some of you feel this. Some of you feel like one false move and the whole thing can come tumbling down. And I'm hearing for some, that is actually it. So, you know, trust in your guidance at this time. Trust in your internal guidance. Trust in what your guides are trying to tell you, because I feel like you're onto something. Yeah, the well maidens, kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. And some of you, you know, you've been in this phase and in this state for a very long time. You've had the thoughts and feelings of others at the forefront of your mind, and this has allowed for you to have total freedom. 122, keeping the bigger vision, staying in alignment as you grow. And this has allowed for you to have total freedom in the magical realms, I'm hearing, because you have been thinking about the fulfillment of everyone and not just yourself. Yeah, the sirens, use your voice, expansion, and freedom. And I think that you wanted freedom for all, and this has saved you from, I'm hearing some pretty catastrophic things, and perhaps this was from previous lifetimes that you've now been bringing forward into this lifetime. The ripple effect, yeah, part of something bigger, details are being taken care of. So you can trust in the angels, and this is from a very dear soul sister, and this angel nearly flipped off the back of this table, and it did this before, and I was devastated to think that it might have broken in any way, and I caught it this time before it happened. And this is what your angels are saying to you, like, allow for us to be around you and call upon your angels if you feel called, because they're trying to make sure that you don't make a wrong move. So trust in your guidance at this time, because it is a ripple effect of the past. And some of you already know this. This is just confirmation. Yeah, the sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. Some of you know that you are in an incredibly fertile energy at this time, which is why a lot of people are being drawn to you. And I'm hearing, is it the right people? Yeah, the pink dolphin, celebration, fun, and bridal joy, and open heart. Do you have an open heart for what's in alignment for you? 1136. And I keep drawing from the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck, which is very interesting. King Tide, plenty prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. And that's what you're ready for. And I kept pulling the masculine card this week, and I knew that that wasn't just for myself. Thank you. Gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you. So yeah, have a attitude of gratitude for yourself and your life at this time, everyone that is here, because this is allowing for you to go deeper into the realms. And I'm hearing like a trumpet's call, and you know, the angelic kingdom use those trumpets too. So that might be something you want to listen to in terms of meditation or music, to just wind down to. But there was something about going back into the past, into the depths of what once was, in order to bring out something new. And as I say, it's almost uncomfortable how much that is opening up my solar plexus for myself. And I feel like this is like an expansion that is happening for many, and you're feeling it at a very physical level. I've been feeling a lot of physical things that have been very uncomfortable. It feels like I'm going through another ascension. So that's just a confirmation for some also. Into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, and facing your fears. And I feel like the underworld is coming for some. You can't avoid it. You've been avoiding it for some time, but now it's here. You're going to have to face your shadows. And for some, you didn't think that you would have to do this. It's kind of like you were hoping that that wasn't going to be the case, but it's here for you. Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. And this is allowing for you to come back to your humanity. Oh, yeah, some of you have been in a very, very dark place for some time. And my cards do not fly out like that. And that one has just absolutely flew off and hit the wooden, I want to say the wooden plank that I have. And I'm seeing stocks. Is that where they put the hands and the head in? Is it stocks? Medievally times? I think it's medievally times when they put your head and you got thrown tomatoes at you and other such things. But yeah, I'm seeing someone in the stocks. Lineage of the Rose, moved by Goddess, here for this, soul call and gather. And I think that there is something about the ancients calling you at this time, and you feel it in your bones. So make sure that you are protecting your energy, because this needs to be streamlined to you and to only you. There are some messages that you're receiving, and I'm being drawn to this beautiful soul here. So maybe you look like this being here. There is something that is coming in for you, and only you can receive it. Yeah, we are nature, becoming grounding, embodied, and living in the connection. This is a deeper connection to the earth, to life, to everything, and you're ready for this upgrade. Plant yourself here, integration, I was going to say forbidden, embodiment and grounded action. Yeah, for some of you, this feels like a forbidden forest that you're entering, but you're going to walk through this threshold, born anew, I'm hearing. So just surrender to the process and surrender to the pain. I feel like my body's in so much pain right now. Surrender to the pain, because you are breaking through and breaking out. And it was 14:33 on the clock there. And yeah, I really feel like I'm wanting to stretch as I'm doing this reading. Like, I can't actually stop it. It's like my body's just taken over. And perhaps this is what some of you are feeling, like your body do what it needs to do, okay? Yeah, the Holy Grail, stop the endless searching and inner quest. And again, I think some of you might look like this being here. And we've got the hawk and the doe, or the deer or the stag. That's confirmation. Dragonflies and seahorses, quails I'm hearing. Quail like specifically is a signifier for some eggs of any description. The Grand Canyon, Texas, an oasis. I'm seeing Greece. I'm seeing Africa. I'm seeing a space, Ethiopia. I'm seeing an understanding of the Spanish Inquisition. That might mean something for someone. Russia, Prussia. I'm hearing Punjabi. I'm hearing the Tibetan Sea Scrolls. I'm hearing the Book of the Dead. I'm hearing the Book of Enoch. This feels like forbidden literature. Yeah, perhaps that's something that you want to delve in a little bit deeper. Healing the motherline, healing ancestral work, motherline growing up. And for some of you, you know, this is your birthing story. You're ready to share that with others. Perhaps it's specifically a birthing story of you know, being pregnant and coming into the other phase. Like, you're ready to share that story now. The breathing rose. Heart healing, emotions connection, time eases. Yeah, and I'm hearing time heals all wounds, time eases all wounds. But yeah, it feels very uncomfortable to bring forward energy at this time. So please go easy, please go well. I feel like I'm actually transmuting some of this for you, those that are watching. And that's not to have thanks or be boastful, but just merely how I feel. So I'm sharing that, and that's perhaps to help make others aware how they work too. You take on some collective energy to transmute it for the all, but some of you already know this. That's your transformation, confirmation of your transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, and this is exactly what's going on. Your DNA is recoding, recalibrating, and that's a very significant word for someone very specific. I hope that you're watching. This is what's happening. You are ready. It is time. Yeah, there's no going back. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This is here now. There's no going back. You can't turn back. You can't stop. It's happening whether you want it to or not. So H is just sticking through here, which is very, very interesting, which is with the black and white of the chair, I do believe, unless that's someone's foot. It's a foot and a checkerboard, but it looked like a chair, a throne. White trainers, that might be significant for someone. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And for some of you, you've been ignoring this. You've been looking at this great oasis out there and being like, oh, I think that that's home, but I'm not going to do anything about it. So that's you being called out right there. Now's the time. Do what you need to. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. And for some, this is about devoting more time to yourself again. And this feels very counterintuitive, but you have to give to you right now in order to be able to receive. What do you need to do for you in order to be able to show up for others? That feels so, so strongly right now. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Yeah, what is that? What is that? And you might need to sit in this position for you to be able to receive it. For some of you, you felt like your tummy is extended. It's because you're birthing something new. Yeah, Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And the subtle realms have always been filling you up with all of this divine, potent energy. And it's, yeah, 1818 is your confirmation. And yeah, you feel full. And for some of you, you feel like you've gained weight, but you haven't. This is spiritual weight that you're feeling, which is a very interesting message. You feel bigger, but it's just because you're integrating more energy. And perhaps, you know, your weight has been fluctuating. That definitely happened with me. I needed to eat a little bit more at certain times and protein. I needed to get heavier in order to be able to ground this energy. So if that's been something, know that it will ease again. You'll come back to your balanced weight. And perhaps you are being encouraged to switch up your routine. I'm hearing dance routine, your workout routine. Perhaps you need to stop doing weights or you need to add weights in. Yeah, it feels very, this feels very bodily heavy. Move your body, everyone that is here. I feel like your body's screaming to do something. And I brought a glass of water to this reading as well. And usually I bring a tea, but there's something about just drinking pure water. So make sure that it's filtered water, everyone, right now, because your body is very, very sensitive to everything. So make sure that you're getting what you need. And I had 2 cards fall off and touch the floor. And if it touches the floor, it's times 4. And I think it was Lunar Light Tarot that said that I finally remembered. Who's a great reader. So the energy is here. Earth, school, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. And some of you are being encouraged to go back to study. And, you know, if this is with your spirit guides, say to them, okay, I'm ready to come back now, because I feel like this is a coming back home for some. And you might receive messages in your dream time. This might be something that you start to just download. I feel like some of you are going to start to download messages. And I'm seeing this as a line in the back of here. The great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, soften to love. And some of you, you've been going through a rite of passage of balancing out the masculine energy. And it's interesting because I'm now seeing these figures at the back as like a woman's figure, if you know what I mean, the humps. So you've been softening into your feminine energy, and you've been releasing anger and conflict within self to bring you into balance. And I'm hearing you feel softer, and somewhere it's annoying you. It's annoying you how soft you've become. Fall into my arms, surrender. Yeah, holding the opposite extremes of life. And this is what it is. You feel like a child again. You feel like a baby in this world again. And for some of you, you don't like it. But I'm saying and I'm hearing, enjoy the softness, because the harshness will come back again. So when you're in the softness, enjoy it, because you will come back into that energy. You're feeling like an adult again. And you know, I love being in my child energy, and I try and bring it in as much as possible. But at times, you know, we have to put on that cap of doing, and well, I don't want to say doing, experiencing life in a mature way and a very balanced and focused way. So when you're in this energy of I'm hearing like a puddle, when you're in the puddle, if you can surrender to that being like, oh, this is my excuse to just release. And not even an excuse, but I'm hearing that some of you need that. You feel like you need an excuse to be in a puddle. So if something traumatic is happening, I know that this is going to sound very insensitive, and I don't mean it to, but this is what's coming through. If you're in a space where you can't do anything but just lay in this puddle, try and sink into the lightness of that energy and be like, this is my permission to give myself this time to pause, and I'm really going to embrace the lightness that I can in this space and enjoy it somewhere. It feels like a reprieve, although it might be traumatic where you are. Let the lightness sink in, because I'm hearing it's coming in from your council of light. So let this light into your body. Perhaps this is something you want to ask for. Ask for the highest vibrations to come into your body when you're laying still, when you're in meditation, when you're in sleep time. And some of you have been feeling this counsel around you. Perhaps you've been fearful of what's around you, but these are light beings. 2204 on the clock there. But I'm feeling called to call it here, everyone. I brought in a very impersonal and treasured treasure chest, and this is from my aunt, even though she wasn't my aunt, she's a family member, but she gave this to me. And when I received this, I very much felt like I had picked up a pot of gold. And she remembered me from being very, very young and going to her house like I did every weekend, and seeing this on her beautiful what is it called, not treasure chest, I keep saying treasure chest, vanity table, I can't remember what the word is, but you have the 3 mirrors. That was there, and I would look at this like it was worth hundreds of dollars. I want to say hundreds of pounds. I'm in the UK, obviously. And I remember when she gave me this, I felt like she'd given me her most prized possession. To me, this was like the most expensive thing that I could possibly have ever seen at that time. And you know, who knows how much this cost, but probably about £2 at a car boot these days. But there's something about that. What seems like nothing to someone means the world to someone else. And I feel like you are all beings that very much appreciate the simple things in life, and what you see as treasure, others don't necessarily see that. And I think that's the beauty of you. So allow for the beauty of you to shine through. 2322 on the clock there. But okay, I'm going to do a couple of charms, so just be careful if you're wearing headphones. And then we are going to close out everybody. So many little things in here. Oh, I can't grab something. I think I scared myself last time, didn't I? Trying to get things out of this pot. Okay, I'm gonna bring him too. Okay, so the first thing that came out was a little mushroom. If you know, you know. I've also brought in this chai tea time. It says on there. Does it say tea time? I think it's supposed to say tea time. Just about says tea time. And I'm hearing specifically chai on there. And My Neighbor Totoro, if you have not seen this movie and you love animation, then please do. It makes me absolutely weep every time. And if I could just lay on his tummy here and breathe in unison with this creature, you will understand if you've seen the movie. I absolutely would. Maybe I'm going to use that as my inspiration for meditation today, and that's a signifier for someone very specific as well. But that's all for today, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Oh, I also brought in my little froggy, Hermit, like Kermit the Frog, but different. And he wanted to stay on the star, and when I was picking up the dragon's pyrite, I had to like lift them up, so it was almost like the dragon was carrying the frog, and it made me think of a hot air balloon. That's significant for someone. I also grabbed my water jasper at the last minute, also some moonstone. And I brought in, okay, we're going to just do this. I brought in the labradorite ends, geode. I brought in this one from Hello Kitty realm, and I can't remember what it's called, but this was also gifted from my dear soul sister. And I brought in this bell, so I'm just going to ring the bell to close out the energies of today. But this Lionsgate portal was very, very significant for some. I keep thinking about the eye of the tiger, but looking through the eye of a needle, and we've got the lions here, so that's significant. King of Wands, and King of Wands is okay. Well, I think we can do better. And for some of you, this is your energy right now. King of Wands is good, but I'm hearing we need more. And for some of you know this, we need more from you. That's what your teams of light are saying, and not in a... This is just to help you know where you are in your journey. And I feel like this is masculine energies. We need more. And that feels, yeah, severing. Let go. What do you need to let go of? And I feel like, okay, this is what it is. You feel like your teams of light are asking more from you. Because when I was saying it, I thought that doesn't feel right. That's not how teams of light speak to us. You feel like they are wanting more when actually all they're asking you to do is surrender. Yeah, you're not judged by your guides. I mean, we are kind of, but they love us, and what they share with us, they want us to feel in balance with. And sometimes they do push us, but I think you're pushing yourself. Whoever this message is for, you're overly pushing yourself because you feel like your guides aren't supporting you, or they're not happy with you. That's not how it goes. They might be disappointed at times, and not in a sense of, it's because they want you to go the right way, and they always allow for us to be in our own energy and make our own pathways. But sometimes, you know, they are done. I'm hearing like they're done reaching that same point with you. It's like, yes, you're ready to break through, but this means surrendering. This is not more doing. Fall back, I'm hearing. It's in I understand the energy. It's coming through as frustration because they're not getting the message. 26:57 on the clock there. Fall back. And it's interesting, we've got these bodies of water and this light coming through here. And these are from two separate decks, but I feel like the energy is very similar. Surrender and just fall in. Fall into my arms. The earth and the spirit guides are saying, just fall into our arms because we're ready to catch you. Yeah, they want you to be in a blissed out state. And for some of you, you keep pulling yourself out of this. 2720 is confirmation. Why? Be blissed out right now. You deserve it. Everything's coming to you. Do what you're called to do. Don't overstretch yourself. Be where you need to be, but come back to you and keep surrendering. Everything is coming into alignment. Plant yourself here. Call in the light. Call in the unknown. Yeah, you are the Holy Grail, and this is a ripple effect. The sweet waters are coming. King of Pentacles. Yeah, the pink dolphin, trust, earth, and king tide. That's a message. King Tut, I'm hearing. That's a significant message for some. But I could keep going, and I'm going to stop here, everyone. 27:50 on the clock there, and I'll be back real soon. 27:55. Take care.